how much the world would burn if a live guy won the FedEx and then just won all that money and then just goes back to live and just continues to win that money. Like, I don't know how the PGA Tour players accept that. Like, this guy's making all the
He
dollars
took all the money.
available.
Yeah, all
He's
the money
making all
available.
the dollars we have available for the whole game, the whole sport, like the old Tom Morris sport. He just won it all. He won all the money.
Everybody else just has to live off sponsorship dollars.
Fore play by Barstool Sports. We have begun, and we have again begun in quite the shit show. I have not listened yet to Tuesday's show. I was on the group text that we have, and boy, was it just the biggest disaster I've ever seen in my entire life. Now it appears everybody's frozen. Am I frozen to you guys?
I just got back in. I was frozen for sure.
Me too. I don't know if it was me
Right.
or if it was
I was a little
rigged.
frozen, but I think all of a sudden
Here's
now
the
it's
thing.
working. And of course, when we started recording, it was just working perfectly for everybody except Frankie. Frankie is down on the bottom right of my screen doing hand signals and trying to speak, with sign language because we can't hear him. He's trying to figure out audio issues. So it seems like we're 0-2 this week, early out of the gate on technical
Slow starts
show
for sure.
success.
Yeah, it's been awful.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually pretty amazing how well everything works, at least on my end, because I know I've been the guy who's had all the problems, which has been super unfortunate. But it seems like when we hit record on this Riverside or whatever recording device that we're using, it like
What a
almost
fucking joke. What a fucking joke this technology is.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, it's perfect
What happened?
now.
Okay.
It's a fucking joke.
Some,
Why can't we just use Zoom? What happened to Zoom? I don't care that he gets all these audio waves files individually. Something is clearly wrong with Riverside. We've done the podcast for 5 years, 2 years on the road. Something is wrong with Riverside. The audio's not working. The connection's not working. I don't even know what Riverside is. Is that like a fucking TV show on AMC? I don't understand that this is a... Zoom literally is like $1 trillion company that like flourished through COVID.
I agree. Like, I think there's something like when we're talking pre-show, I am 4K crystal clear talking to every single one of you. And then it seems like when we start, like Riverside is like, all right, now we're going to rev up the engine because they're recording. I do think it fucks with
It fucking
everything.
sucks
When
dick
did we
after we start
allow
recording
these-
every single time.
When did we allow people to do this?
And
So
When
bad.
did we allow people to change the way our audio show is going to be? Like, this is like, can we make that decision that we just want to
call
do
is
Zoom?
it?
We record our audio locally
how
anyway.
come we just dance when they
We
tell
wanna
us
record
to
our
dance?
local-
Who told us
our
to
audio
dance?
local
Why are we
anyway?
dancing? Why aren't we just doing it however the fuck we want to do it?
We
Is this
just-
a Jake Bass production?
A couple weeks ago, we all just started clicking a different link
been a
when we started
disaster.
recording the podcast.
It's been
And
a fucking shit show.
like, here's the thing: if you want to, I shouldn't give this information away, but if you just want to like hack the boys, like just be like, all right, they're gonna record it this time. I'm gonna send them a link, and they're definitely gonna click it, regardless of what.
Yeah, it's like we'll just read the prompter. It's like, okay, links out, and just any link that's there, or just that could be a virus, that could be anything.
I'm excited to. What I'm
100%.
going to do is I'm going to
I
read.
have 1,000
I'm going to read the full exchange back and forth that went on from the recording of Tuesday's show. I want to talk about Roman first, and then this text exchange was the most chaotic fucking thing I've ever been a part of. To where I was laughing out loud. I knew you guys had to be throwing computers against walls and losing your fucking minds, but I was laughing out loud.
It's the angriest I've been in a very long time. It's about as mad as I've been in
Oh
recent memory.
boy, testosterone, speaking of which, affects a lot of aspects of men's fitness and health, from sex drive to muscle and bone mass. The experts believe testosterone plays a huge role in our body's natural function, but men's testosterone starts to deplete with age, which is why it's important to support it early. Roman T Support is meant to help men maintain their body's natural testosterone production with the proprietary supplement formulated by Roman's in-house doctors. T Support, that's T-Support, has a unique blend of 6 nutrients to support your body's natural function and maintain your greatness. Go to GetRoman.com/4 to get $15 off your first order of Roman T Support. That is GetRoman.com/4, $15 off your first order of Roman T Support. That's GetRoman.com/4. So, on Tuesday's show, obviously, which, I mean, we all know it's an age-old tradition that if anybody misses the show, they just get shit on. And I saw a few tweets that I got shit on, which is to be expected. But let's go into the entire technical difficulties of the whole thing. So it goes with Lurch says, be ready in 5. Frankie says, okay, cool, same. Link set out. Then it begins. Trent goes, I got a new computer, and when I click the link, it takes me to nowhere. Alex goes, just sent you one individually too. Jake Bass. Lurch, we got a flight to catch. What's up? Frankie, just call in Trent and record audio on laptop. I'm just, boy, am I sitting there trying to get on a fucking plane with kids being like, what is going? And it hasn't even started yet. So then Jake Bass goes, follow the link on your phone and just record the audio with your mic. Be sure you have headphones while using your phone, though. Trent goes, my apartment has been seized by Murphy's Law. Nothing works in this place. Frankie goes, can you call in LOL? Trent, yeah, but you guys said you can't hear me. How's that going to work? And Lurch, hotspot on your phone, ? Alex, what's happening when you join? It keeps kicking when I accept you in. Trent, that's what it was on initially, and I was super delayed. It now says audio failure. Ooh, boy. And then Jake Bass, put the pod on pause and switch to Zoom and see if that works for Trent. Then Alex goes, Frankie's frozen now too.
Jesus, now I'm reliving this whole show. I mean, it was a complete mess for the first 45 minutes. Right.
This was all while we were recording.
Again, I know what's going on in this thing, but from my vantage point, I was in tears, just like, what the fuck is going on? So
it's like it's a situation that you don't have to deal with, which is the best situation to watch one just burn and light on fire and get out of control when you're just like, I'm not involved in that. So this is
Frankie goes, Frankie goes, this is crazy. If you call in Trent, that should be fine. Trent sends a screenshot that just says, audio failure. The microphone speakers stopped working. Don't worry. If you have been recording, it has been safely saved and is being uploaded. Restart studio, ? And then Trent just goes, that's as far as I get, and I get booted. There goes my internet. It's a nightmare, dude. And then Lurch follows up with, Frankie's out again.
Dude, so Frankie's shitting on Trent. Like, Frankie and I are kind of going, but we see Trent come in and out. And then that's why I say Riverside has a brain, because as soon as Frankie starts shitting on Trent, Frankie proceeds to lose everything 3 times. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And that's where I think I was like, Alex, like, I'm just sitting there, hands up. Alex is like, yeah, well, I mean, we gotta start maybe over, or we gotta cut some things. It was a complete disaster all the way through.
Yeah. From that part, it went straight into like, we're just not going to do the podcast. And then somehow you guys ended up doing the podcast. So point being, for anyone listening that is clearly noticing slow starts to the show, I think the behind the scenes from my vantage point, boy, was it very fun to consume and not be a part of. And the updates just kept getting worse. It was like unimaginable, because usually they just stop. Usually the updates stop because the show just starts and begins and it works. It just never stopped. It just got worse and worse. Woo.
It was crazy. It was truly an insane day. And I think that's what led to me saying I can't have a child. I don't have enough testosterone, which I probably need Roman. Also, I know that I'm delayed with you, Riggs. Like, I could feel it. Like, when I talk, like a couple seconds later, he reacts. So it's like something's going on. At some point, the higher ups of this podcast will have to decide that we have to have a better audio experience.
I think that's just us. I think it's our
hundreds.
Call.
I think that's us.
Well, clearly it's not. Hundreds of thousands of people listen to this show every single 2 times a week, and we're just like not doing the best job we can for when it comes to audio and video. It's crazy. I mean, you guys are legitimately I can see Riggs through pixels.
Same, actually.
You know, like 1995 version of a screen. But on fucking Zoom, I could see every fucking piece of hair coming off his face. It's crazy.
You guys look clear on mine. I mean, fuck, man.
Does Riverside have Jake, like a gun to Jake Bass's head? That's what I want to know.
So now I bet there's got to be a side communication between Alex and Jake Bass.
Jake Bass is long on Riverside.
There has to be one going on right now where he's telling Jake Bass, boy, are they shitting on you about Riverside? And I want to know what is Jake Bass saying to that?
Jake Bass
must be an Alabama founder or something like that. He's in the screws for Riverside.
Right. He's like, well, I saw Nick Saban. He used it during one of his Zoom
With a
interviews,
Coca-Cola,
so we're
yeah.
gonna use Riverside from now on.
Y'all just gonna use Riverside real quick, and then he's probably long on this thing. I'm telling you, he has investments in Riverside.com.
Riverside is the name of think of what I think of when we talk about Riverside. It's the name of the local casino closest to me in Cedar Rapids. It's like 45 minutes away. We'd always a couple times a year we'd drive to Riverside and play the slots, play a little blackjack. That's what every time you guys say Riverside, that's what I think of.
It's not a real company.
All right. We got what's our Thursday night video this week? We got another Trent breaking 90 coming up. Is that what we got?
Breaking 90.
Oh yeah,
We're back.
Big time.
Breaking 90 coming out. Yeah, we're back. Took the week off last week. We didn't take it off, but like we just had scheduling. A couple of people have been asking me like, why is it not week to week? Why is it sometimes week to week? Sometimes it's every other week. We've been traveling so much and we've all been so busy that sometimes Frankie's on the road or I'm on the road or we just can't get out to a course. We kind of explained that a week or two ago. So that's just why. But luckily we've been fortunate enough where, you know, instead of breaking 90 last week, we had Steph Curry playing in the Barstool Classic. So it's like, even if there's not a breaking 90, there's an insane video coming out on the Foreplay YouTube page. This week, it is another breaking 90. Frankie and I returned to Rockville Links. We talked a little bit about it on the last show. Just tune in. You got to tune in. It's a great episode. Just tune in and watch it. It's very good.
Yep. It's the most we could say about it. And also, I'll say, you know, we've been shitting on our behind-the-scenes guys, but guys like Jake Bass and Brendan Jones and Alex, they like when we can't get one done Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, the option of putting it out that week is over. So like if we're traveling for a weekend, because they can't physically edit that video within 2 days and get it up. So like when we don't find that pocket or if we're traveling during that week, it's really, really tough for these guys. So the fact that we've gotten it out as much as we have this year, last year with Breaking 90, it felt like we were way more in the bank. Like we would record like 3 or 4 of them.
Right.
And then like 3 or 4 weeks would go out and we'd have Breaking 90s at almost like pizza reviews. And then we'd be like, oh shit, we got to go record a couple more. Breaking 100, sorry. And then now it's like, bro, we got to film one tomorrow because then Brendan won't sleep for the next 3 days and he's going to get it out on Thursday. It's like the most up-to-date episode ever. Like what you're seeing tonight, we recorded like 2 days ago. So it's fucking crazy.
And honestly, like a little peek behind the curtain, like, and it's going to drive Brendan crazy that I say this probably, but when we banked the Breaking 100s, there was a part of me that didn't like that because things would happen in an episode where, like, then we wouldn't be able to react to it in the next episode because we'd have already filmed it. Like the bunker incident was a good example of that, where the bunker incident happens actually at Rockville, where the next Breaking 90 is. And then we had already filmed 2 other ones. So when the bunker incident episode came out, in the next episode, we couldn't address the bunker incident. So the more up to date it is, the more we can kind of react to the things that people react to in the episode. And again, I know that like that puts a big strain on our editing team, Brendan in particular, Brendan and Alex who edit these things. So, but yeah, this one that's coming up, we just did it on Sunday, I think. So it's as up to date as you can get.
Better to have up to date content, basically, at the end of the day, but it's hard. Fucking hard.
I just feel like I can control it. I can like grasp it. I like know what's going on. But it would be nice to bank them because I wish they would start coming out every week. So we'll work on that.
I like it. So Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, Foreplay YouTube channel, which is popping off. We got way more subscribers. We got all kinds of fucking numbers coming in. Yes, Trent?
It might be 7. I'm not sure if Barstool's Most Dangerous Game Show is. I think the finale might be airing on Thursday, so we might bump it up an hour. Not a huge deal, but it might be 7.
All right, might be 7.
Good to know.
The world premiere of the next episode of Breaking 90. Very good to know. So go check it out on the YouTube page. The hunt for 89 or better continues from our guy Trent. All right, I'm in Greensboro, North Carolina. First time ever here. Wyndham Championship. I know you guys touched on this at the Zurich Classic, but I was really thinking about it yesterday walking around. We've never been to really, or very rarely been to like average PGA Tour events. We kind of have only been to the majors because we get access and they bring us in. And we've talked a lot about how the USGA, for example, makes like 90+% of their revenue in 1 week at the US Open. So they're very much more willing to bring people like us in and amplify it, allow us to do whatever the hell we want. PGA Tour has 40+ events and broadcast partners that, you know, are more entrenched throughout the year. So bottom line, they're a little bit more strict. And just the average kind of views and numbers and excitement about PGA Tour events to our crowd are going to be less than at majors, so it doesn't make a ton of sense to fly to each one and check them out. Having said all that, it's really cool to go to an event like an average PGA Tour event, which is what I would say the Wyndham Championship is, because you see a lot more because it's way more relaxed. The players are just pretty much chilling. Like they just go through this is their week to week. A major is their peak. It's one of their biggest moments of the year. They're tense. They're more nervous than they usually are. They got more family in town than usual. They got more tickets to deal with. This is like what they actually do week to week. And then the other thing is you see how much it means to the actual tournament. Like the Wyndham Championship, this is like to this town in Greensboro and everybody that's been employed here. They've been employed at this tournament for like their whole lives and they work all year for this event. And when people come to town, they like thank you for it. They're like so happy that you came to their town and came to their event. So seeing like the week to week, and how much it means to that community, the build out, how proud they are of the build out, how proud they are of their champions. Like I was in the Wyndham house yesterday with a bunch of the crew who's done an unbelievable job. They let me come into their house and do my laundry because I haven't been able to do fucking laundry in forever. And the Wyndham house, like, because this is the Sedgefield Old Donald Ross course, and it's a course that is as in a neighborhood as you could have on the PGA Tour, which makes it really difficult for them to rope everything off and whatever. But point being that the Wyndham, crew, they rent out this massive house that's like right on the course, and that's where they basically run their home base throughout the whole week. So they have to build more things out. And it's cool, man. You go in there and they've got winners of all the champions like framed on all the walls because they've made over the house. And then their biggest thing is like one of those like 3-piece giant photos of Tiger hitting a shot in his Sunday red when he like didn't even win the tournament, but clearly that's the big thing. And they tell the story of like, yeah, we got a call like a month out from Steinberg, and he was like, we're not committing, but you're going to need to put like plans in place if Tiger Woods plays. And so they're telling me the story from a handful of years ago of like how iconic it was. They had a normal plan and then they had a whole different contingency Tiger plan. And they're like, at 5 p.m. on Friday, we got a call that like Tiger's in. And they're like, it just went into hyper mode. Like we had to just change everything and gear up for Tiger Woods. And we just weren't even ready for that, even once he arrived, and how fucking crazy it was. And they're talking about this. Like the guy didn't even win the tournament, nothing like that. It was just that one year where Tiger came to their tournament. They all like can't believe and still talk about how cool it was that he came. So again, I know we've gotten to experience it a couple times, but going to just kind of a normal PGA Tour event, it's fucking really cool how much it means and how passionate they are about this event, how proud they are about their champions. It's just really cool.
Yeah, and I've been saying about the John Deere Classic for years that you guys haven't been listening about. But from what you said at the beginning is that like we probably should go to more tournaments that have semi stronger fields, and I bet we can get way more shit. Like it's actually the way you described that, it actually made me think like it's pretty amazing that we've gotten the amount of stuff that we've gotten at majors, where the majors are so intense. There's only 4 of them a year. The guys focus on them. They don't want any distractions. And yet every major that we've gone to, mostly we're just wandering around getting incredibly insane content. So I think if we look at a PGA Tour schedule and we say like, which one of these has strong-ish fields, we should just go there and hammer it for like 4 days.
Yeah. No, I think you're spot on. And like yesterday they gave me they had a chauffeur with a cart and was just driving me to different groups, and we're like, where do you want to go? Like, what do you want to do? And so it's like I was able to just literally drive up. Kiz was laughing out loud when I arrived at their group with him. Scott Stallings, Scott Brown was in the group. And they're like, what the fuck is this? The guy just dropped me off in a cart. It's like, text me when you want me to pick you up. And they just are like, they're just so fucking happy that people were there and are showcasing and talking about and are excited about their event. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped to be in Greensboro. Never been here before. I will say I just found out this morning, playing in the Pro-Am at 12:10 with Kiz. I just found out like I can't even hit balls at the course. I can hit balls here at the hotel that I'm staying at. But there will be like, go hit balls here. Then you don't hit a ball for an hour and a half after you like commute to the course and all of that. So it's going to be pretty dicey going off that first tee. Might be a 2-iron all day and just try to poke my way around this thing. We got Chris Lane in the group too. Chris Lane, who's a friend of the program. Him and his wife
great.
are all over Instagram. They're great. And he's got absolute banger after banger after banger. So he's in our group. And I think somebody from his posse, like maybe his brother or somebody like that, I can't remember, is playing. So we got a pretty damn fun group out there today. And the course is sick. It's like old Donald Ross track, Sedgefield. Like it's really, really cool. So I'm pretty pumped to play the golf course. So yeah.
Yeah.
How was the jet experience?
The jet experience was elite. This thing, so I guess they're pretty brand new. Honda jets, they're like smaller. It was like a 4-seater.
Okay.
I mean, this thing was tiny. 4-seater, you could get a little bit of luggage in there. It was like just enough for, our clubs and a few bags. And then, dude, this thing rips. When you got a small plane like that and very little weight, I mean, this thing just turned on the runway and Kiz was like, bro, I think this thing goes like pretty fucking fast. And then it was like 0 to we were in the air faster than you've ever seen, to the point where as soon as they started going, it's like we were in a spaceship. It was like, and you're like way back, and it's so light, it just rips around. It was like a go-kart in the sky. It was really cool, and it was a brand new plane. Like it smelled like new car, where they haven't even taken off the little paper things on the floor.
Dude, I just Googled it. It's like
new
go-kart in the air. I mean, that thing is tiny. There's like 3 windows to this jet and 2 jet engines. I mean, that thing must go as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah, dude, it goes. Yeah, Kiz asked the pilot. Pilots are really like cool. They're all jacked up because again, it's a pretty new company and new like plane that they had come up
Right.
with. But Kiz asked the guy, the pilot, he's like, "How fast this thing go?" And the guy's like, "We're gonna go like almost 500 on a." And we were like, dude, we got from Pittsburgh to Greensboro in like 45 minutes on this thing. We were like never, and we were way up there because the tiny little plane. It was like we were a satellite. I mean, we were like, I think we were at 37,000 feet or something in that little thing. And
Holy shit.
and Kiz is like, there's gonna probably be some turbulence in this thing too. I mean, if we hit the tiniest cloud, it was like, we were buzzing. It was cool though. It was sick. It was fast as fuck.
I got to be honest. If I had gotten on a jet, or if I had gotten to the airport and they'd been like, "All right, we got a new plane for you guys to get in, and now it's time for you to fly to North Carolina," I would have like probably shit my pants and still got on, but I would have shit my pants for sure. I feel like old planes, we know like they've got a history, they can fly. We're pretty clear on that. New planes, they're just like, this thing's super new, so we're gonna
a little
try
bit
it.
like, how new are we talking here? Like, I mean,
Right.
it flies, right? Like it could fly.
First flight.
Is that right? So yeah, it's all like the whole
Right, like
plane is the engine.
they've
As Lars was
successfully-
saying, he looked at like the entire plane is an engine. So it's almost like, it reminded me of like a great white shark, where the whole thing is just one giant muscle and it could just rip. It was like the plane was just engines. That's all the whole thing was. So it just, when it turned, the guy had to do like we had to fly, we had to take off in the opposite direction. So we had to drive all the way down to the other end of the runway. And when he turned, from like the moment he started turning to when we were in the sky going 500 miles an hour, felt like 2.5 seconds. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Whoa.
So yeah, Honda jets.
That's cool,
the
though.
new plane thing scares the shit out of me, because like they've successfully done it 6 times, but they haven't done it 10. Like you haven't gotten to that milestone yet. Like, yeah, we know that it can get. We're 100%, but we've yet to reach that mark of
Safe
like
plane. Yeah.
we're 10 out of 10 flights. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we might be 8 out of 10 at the end of this week. We have no idea. Like, we've yet to reach that milestone yet. So that's a little nerve wracking. I'd like to have my planes hit 100% success rate over thousands of flights. That's my comfortability like area. But dude, that picture, it was insane. You guys were taller than the plane when you were getting into it. So I mean, that thing rips. That thing absolutely fucking.
No, it was
rips.
cool. It was a go-kart. It was just a souped up go-kart in the sky. And it's like, it's kind of basically their theory is, it's like an executive, like a small executive, almost like day
Right.
trip plane. So it's not, it's not like you have your whole fucking C-suite on there, whatever. It's like if you got one person that needs to get to a place with a fucking carry-on basically, or 2 people, they need to rip there, rip back for the day. That's pretty much what it's for. It's like more affordable than getting a 8 or 10 passenger jet or whatever. So yeah, it was cool. It was definitely scary. I was like, do you have like an older one that's got like a track record that we could jump into? And you would like to see that.
Riggsy,
It's
how's
not
the
at
game?
the point yet where
Oh, how's the game? We talked about it a
honestly,
little bit on the last show. Like we were saying, you can get the wipey things going. We got Wyndham coming up. I actually defended you a little bit in the shellacking that you were taking by also delivering a couple jabs to yourself as well. But saying that we both made eagle in our buddies trip, and it was just like one of the most epic moments of all time. You chipped in, so I was like, the game that I saw was phenomenal. Couldn't be any better. However, it's always a little bit of an up in the air situation. You saying 2-iron off every tee at Wyndham leads me to believe, and there was some leakage that you didn't hit the ball great at Oakmont. So I'd love to hear an update of how we're going into another pro-am.
Yeah, it's a good question. I will say that look, Monday, I have my fair share of excuses for Monday's performance, so I'm gonna pretty much throw that out as an outlier. I had 3 rounds in a row leading up to that were in the 70s. I shot 78 at Oakmont with rental clubs with a 3-putt on 18. That was like the only thing
shit.
fucking that got on the internet. And so I felt pretty good about my game. I went 2-0 at the GWC with an 8-7 drubbing and a 2-1 against giving a guy 11 shots. I think I shot like high 70s both rounds there. Not the hardest course in the world, and then made that iconic eagle, which it sounds like Lurch told everybody about. But I am going through a case of I can get the standing over the tee ball with the driver, and there's no way you can't hit it way, way, way right. And then you swing and it goes way, way, way right. So like that is still in the bag. At the Ranch Club where we had our tournament in Western Mass, like I only hit driver twice the whole time, and it was in the playoff. It was on the first hole and the 10th hole, and both of those are wide open holes, and they were straight downwind. So it was like even if you put some side spin on the ball, the downwind is going to just take that side spin off and just hurl it straight. So that was pretty nerve wracking in the playoff with all of our boys and the whole weekend on the line, standing over there with a driver that the whole internet knows is off the fucking planet right now. But again, it was downwind. I just kind of committed. I was several drinks deep and just let it rip and got probably lucky that they just sailed into the fairway. But if I get like a tight tee shot with a bunch of people watching, it's like a little into the wind and off the left, I can't hit it on the property right now. So I have to figure that out, or I just hit that 2-iron. Like against our boy Flinney, I just hit 2-iron the entire day and just make other people make mistakes. Like I can win matches doing that. But with the driver, it can get pretty fucking dicey right now. You guys saw it. You saw my first 2 tee shots at Crail. Maybe the most wide open golf course on earth, and I hit 2 way out of bounds.
Yeah, the caddy looked at me at Crail and said that he's never seen a ball go in the water. He's been there for like 60 years.
I'm told.
But it's tough. Like I even talked about the cool thing about what I'm doing right now is I'm talking about my chipping yips in the past tense. I said when I had the chipping yips, it's the first time I've ever done that. Those were really bad, internet viral bad. But it always felt like I was able to enjoy the day because from tee to the point where I would dribble the ball around the green, it felt like I kind of played the game of golf. I was able to walk with the group from the tee. I basically had like 450 yards worth of fun, and then it got ridiculous and I'd be like, I'm picking up, I'm going to the next hole. But that felt a little more like you guys just finish up and then I'll meet you on the next one. When you have the driving yips, you're out of the hole from the beginning. So it's like you now are walking with shame from the tee to the green, and everyone's like, that was ugly. Like it's different. It's a different type of yips. Like you can definitely get away from it by hitting irons, but if you're playing a long golf course, like I'll get into my round from yesterday later. Like I played the fucking bridge. Like if you don't have your driver there or a 3-wood that's like piercing through the wind, you are so fucked. Like so your whole day's over. You're making an 8 on every hole.
Dude, there is nothing worse than that. Like back in the day when we played Bethpage Black and I put up 1 million and I would just meet you guys at the green. I felt like I was coming back from war when you like appear and your buddies are on the green and you're just like, like, all right, I'm back now. I made an 11, but I didn't get to see you guys. I didn't get to like crack any jokes. And when you do that over and over and over again, it becomes the least fun day.
Oh, it's the worst,
ever.
Dude. It fucking sucks. And you're looking for balls a lot. Like looking for balls is by far the least coolest part of golf. It just fucking sucks. And
how have we not figured that out yet? Not even us,
golf.
Just somebody. Like golf has been around for when we were in Scotland, we figured out just how long golf has been around. And the fact that the guys back then that were playing were looking for balls just like the guys now, like us, are playing. It's the same thing. Is honestly an embarrassment to the technological advancements of golf. Like, we've got the best driver in the world. We got the best clubs in the world. Shout out to TaylorMade. They are peak technology, peak. And we are still just looking for golf balls.
It's fucking
crazy.
outrageous. It sucks. Nobody wants to do it with you. You don't want to do it. You just want to like find it immediately. When you can't find it, you start to panic and you're like, am I going to have to go back to the tee? Well, I'll just drop here so I don't have to ruin the pace. But then I'm kind of sketchy. My round's sketchy. Everybody's looking at me like I'm sketchy, but you're not trying to be sketchy.
Right.
You just want to like you just want to play the hole. And then when you're hitting them off the planet too, it's like, you get up to the green or after the round, people are like, man, that course is really cool. Like that third hole was sick. And you're like, I don't know. I didn't even get to play it. Like, I don't fucking know. Sure it was cool, I guess, for you guys. Like, I didn't play the fucking course. So it's like, it fucking sucks. Like, luckily we play mostly from like 65, 6,600. And that 2-iron thing I have, I can always rely on it. It's pretty much always going to be in play. But like, then you're just chasing. You're chasing on every hole. It was like, you're never really playing golf. You're never really in an advantageous spot, right? Like, if you come up to a 420-yard par 4, somebody that could pipe a drive like 280, 290, 300, they have like a short iron or a wedge in. And if I hit like a pretty good 2-iron, I'm still like 200 out or 180, 190. If I hit an okay one, maybe I'm 210 out on a par 4. And you're like, well, at least I'm in play, but now I got to hit the same fucking club into the green. So yeah, it'd be cooler if you could just fucking roast driver down the middle. It'd be great.
100%.
Speaking of great, Curve, been traveling a lot. You got to take control of your finances, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, managing them all in one place, no matter where it's in dollars or crypto, earning extra rewards on top of all with Curve. So Curve, you can just loop everything, all your credit cards, right? You might have a credit card for this airline, or you get bonuses and rewards for this restaurant that you go to. So you have this other credit card, debit cards you've got. You can link them all into one through Curve, and then Curve, by using it, will allow you to get rewards with Curve, and then also for each of your credit card, debit card, whatever. Lets you earn cash back on your Curve card plus your current credit debit cards. You want the power to optimize your rewards on your own terms. Use Curve's Smart Rules feature. Go to curve.com/barstool to sign up today. Terms and conditions apply. That is curve.com/barstool. This thing's great. This is what I use. You don't have to be sitting there thinking about which card you need for which purchase, whatever. Just go use Curve, loop everything together. You don't have to have a Costanza wallet like Trent Ryan. You can just have one card in there. It probably give you back issues, like Frankie is strongly committed in believing that you get back issues from having a Costanza wallet. You're not going to get any of that with Curve. Yes. You go to curve.com/barstool to sign up today. So yeah, look, the driver situation, the issue is I can get it. We've all been here before, but I can go to the range and I can get it going where I can hit 15 pretty strong, like little cuts in a row. That's like, okay, you just aim down left side. It's going to be in play, and a few of them are going to be piped out there, and I'm in great shape. But then it's like you can get on the first tee, and hit a bad one, and then the rest of your round, you just stand on the tee thinking like, oh my God, it's out there, it's out there, it's out there. So yeah, it might be some 2-irons today. I'll definitely stand on that first tee. I mean, I don't know what the hole is, unless it's like an outrageously, clearly not driver hole. Obviously for the show, I mean, you got to step up there with driver and just fucking see what happens. But, once we start getting into the round, if the driver's a little loosey-goosey, which it has been, then I might just rip that 2-iron around and see what happens.
Would you rather be me or you with a driver right now?
Well, I think in terms of like if it were just pure I think my 2-iron goes relatively similar, so that's the only reason I wouldn't say you. But otherwise, I would say so. Absolutely you. Like I guess if I had to hold a driver in my hand and hit it, I would rather be you.
That's right.
Oh,
okay,
absolutely.
Yeah, because it's gonna go like 205, 210, 215, 225, 230 if I'm piping it. But it's going to be in the fairway almost for sure.
Yeah, so if I have to stand on a tee with a driver in my hand, I would 100 times out of 100 rather be Trent Ryan right now.
I mean, one little tease for breaking 90 tonight. At one point, Trent hit a drive like 265.
Yeah, I did. I actually was hitting it well the other day.
Which is insane. That number was nuts. Like, outdrove me. We're like, how far is that ball really? Like, really, how far is that? And we like measured it. It was like 268. It's like, what the fuck just happened?
I wish
caught
I
up with Tillery yesterday, Trent. He was very, very up on what he's seen tee to green. He said his one like issue with the entire thing is he's like, I wish we could work on it. Trent could go out for a week or two and play and grind, and then he could come back and we could work on it again, and then he could go out. And he's like, what's really frustrating to him, which makes a lot of sense, is like he'll come see me once a year because of obvious reasons, everybody's schedule all that, and then it's like he's supposed to just go out there and like be better. And it's like if I could see what he's working on and see him in real life and come and he could go see how it changes from when he's, at my place to when he's on the course. And he's like, but his swing's fucking looking really good. It's just it's hard for him to not be able to control it when all the guys he works with on tour and shit, he's fucking with them like every week.
Right. Yeah. The system's not perfect when it comes to like the teaching of it. Like, and there is a part of me that, I mean, I would love to go see Tillery all the time. Like, I would love to fly down there, do it, go do a round. And like, that would be ideal because then I'm like, we're hands on every single week. There is a part of me that's like, he's John Tillery and like, he has real clients. So it's like, I can't just take up all of his time. Like, he's flying around, he's going to the Wyndham. He goes and he sees kids and all of his guys that are at these different tournaments. These guys are paying him, I would imagine, pretty well. I don't know, but I would imagine that's how that relationship works. And I'm just like a guy who like gets internet views because we work together and it goes really well. So yeah, but I would, even with that said, I would still like to go down there more frequently. Like, I should probably, I mean, we've been so busy, but if I could jump down there even like in the next couple of weeks and just like get another lesson and then fly back up, like that would do wonders for me. My game is headed in the right direction. Like, I'm playing incredibly well. It's just even with a little bit more of like, every time I go see Tillery, I just feel way better about my game when I leave. Even with that added, like, just that feeling of being like, all right, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. A couple of different swing thoughts, a couple of things to get me in the round, staying in the round. That'd be great. But yeah, right now it's like, he probably feels like I see him once a year and then he just goes out there and ruins my reputation.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't, he wasn't as deep as he ruined my reputation, but no, he was very much just like, I wish I could be more hands-on and it makes it difficult. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. That checks out for sure.
Totally. No doubt.
All right. Bryson. I got a couple things in here. I don't know if you guys have been seeing these tweets, but Bryson apparently on Tucker Carlson yesterday, I think his interview went up, was on there talking about LIV. And apparently he used just the exact same example that we used about Borelli's of like, if somebody came in with a pizza shop right next door and just paid all your employees $1 million a year, how could you compete? And Frankie made the point of like, yeah, but like 10 years prior, if you had kind of started realize that could happen and get ahead of it and take care of people in a different way, you could be more prepared to handle something like this. And what I will say on that, because people are like, clearly Bryson listens to the show, is that I definitely think Bryson listens to the show. And reason I think that is because he, like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, DM'd me one time, just basically being like, I can't believe you had that kind of a take. I'm never going to do anything with you guys again. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he was like, I think and you need to, whatever, and went back and forth. And I was thinking the only way that he could, so I went on the Foreplay Instagram and was like, did we get Jake Bast with like a fucking clip where he put something on there that Bryson saw, and it's like, and there were no clips on there that could have been referenced. It was all just general bullshit. We weren't talking about Bryson. So I was like, the only way that he could know something that he's upset about, I still to this day don't know what it was, but I was like, he must be deep in listening to the show. He has to be. And then for him to come up with, the exact same fucking comparison, I think he's clearly listening to the show, which I like. I have no issue with that. I guess I'm not like stunned that Bryson would be listening to the show, but it was interesting that he used the exact same analogy on Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, it was exact. So, I mean, either he's listening to the show or someone that's helping him get prepared for interviews or shows. I mean, it's not crazy to think that someone in the golf world would listen to like the #1 Apple Golf podcast, on the planet. So, I do think that he probably hears some of our takes, whether he's digesting them or someone else is feeding it to him. So, yeah, it's just a weird world seeing like that. He has to like go on fucking like political talk shows and talk about golf. That was a weird world. And he's like, the way he talks. I read like a transcript of his quote, and you can almost just like hear his voice exactly the way he says things, how he like can't get to the point, and he's like, well, like it's like this, right? So it's like, fucking get to it, man. Like, what are you talking about? You're a robot. So yeah, that was just a weird world. I got a ton of tweets about the Italian restaurant reference.
Yeah. So hello, Bryson. I hope it's going well out there on LIV.
Bryson can't get out of his own way. He's like, I think he got so much criticism that his like robotic in terms of like, then he tried to like change the way that he should be talking to try to be more like appreciated in the public eye. And now he doesn't even know how to talk because, like, to Frankie, to your point of like, he kind of like just doesn't really get to the point. And it's like, dude, just be yourself. It is so weird who you are, and you're making it weirder because I feel like now you're trying to be someone else. But I appreciate the hello, Bryson.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He's out there.
He doesn't talk like that when we like see him behind the scenes, or when we were doing the pizza review after, like he won the U.S. Open. Frankie, like he just goes into media mode, and his media mode is the most transparent media mode I've ever seen in my life. He doesn't say anything. He never says anything. He just kind of like. And then when he does say something, it's a disaster. Like when he actually says something, it just doesn't make sense and comes off like a total asshole. Or he sits there and you're right. He kind of like slowly just always beats around it and never actually gets to a hardcore point. It's weird the way he talks to media. I wish he would just be fucking himself, because he's fine when he's himself.
Yeah, in real life, in person, he's actually a normal and cool guy. I'll go on record saying that. I've seen him multiple times. We've all talked to him like behind the trucks area of like the PGA Championship where there wasn't any fans, and he sees us and like dapping us up, and he's such a different person. Like, oh yeah, that's why people like him, and that's why people can stand him. And then I think he's even different amongst his like peers on the range. Like PGA Tour players thought that he was like a weirdo and like couldn't get to the point, and like he's just different, almost like how Tiger can't like dress himself off of grass. Once Bryson gets within the ropes, everyone he speaks to, he's like a robotic weirdo. But then like when he gets off of that and he's just in shorts and like a t-shirt and jeans and shoes, he's like a really cool dude that's like a young professional athlete. And like if you had a chance to hang out with him, you'd be like, that was an amazing experience, because Bryson's like fucking awesome, and like the guy hits the ball a mile, and he's got a really cool personality. It's like completely opposite, night and day.
And then you throw him into this situation that they're in now, where it's coming with a pretty heavy amount of criticism, and it makes it 1,000 times worse. It seems like he might just honestly get nervous.
Yeah, he probably does. How has we haven't talked about it, but how has Bubba taken all this stuff? Because we had Bubba on the show, and he talked about how he like doesn't do well with criticism, and like cares about what everyone thinks about him, and like struggled with all that stuff of like being a dad and like caring about anxiety, and like it took him away from being like a father and shit. I mean, his podcast with us was deep and like serious, and now all of a sudden he just signed up to do the most controversial thing you can do in golf. Like, what's your guys' take? Like, has anyone seen the way he's handled any of that? I know he put out like a notes app, but aside from that, like, I haven't really seen anything from Bryson.
I honestly haven't. That's a good point. I would guess I was just gonna say maybe he's just staying off of stuff, but he's pretty into stuff. He's one of the big social media guys. He was in the top 10 for the PIP last year, so I know some people have really gone and focused on how LIV, while they haven't gotten a lot of the top 15, 20 talent in the world, they've gotten a handful of the PIP winners. So he's one of those guys. That's a good question. That makes me think that Bubba's close to checking out, right? Like, I think that for a lot of these guys, they sign a 3-year deal. They're like, I'm going to do this for 3 years. I'm going to make 10x or more than I would have made, and I'm fucking hanging them up. See you later. And I think that's probably Bubba to a T.
It does seem like for these guys that join LIV, the first time you hear from them, which is usually at the initial announcement press conferences, that's when they get punched in the face. That's when they get asked questions like, what do you think about Saudi Arabia's treatment of gay people? And then they say like, I don't know much about that. And then the headlines go crazy. And then they just they start playing the tournaments, and they are less exposed to a media that will ask them those questions. I haven't seen Bubba's like announcement initial press conference. I don't know if he's gone through that yet, but I think that's when we'll get the first glimpse of how Bubba is taking all of this. And I think he'll just kind of react like everybody else, be like, I'm here to golf. I'm here to do the golf thing. And then they just kind of move on. I have not seen that initial press conference from Bubba yet.
But the checked
Just
out
do
thing
the
doesn't make
DJ. I mean, like, it's so easy just to like say, "Hey, I'm here for the money." Like that's what it
No,
is.
we talked
Bubba's
about
got a
that though. They
family.
can't.
DJ did it, and I think it's fine.
Did he do it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
he's like,
we say that they've never done it. Like Pat Perez wore like a collared shirt that had $100 bills on it and said he hit
No,
the lottery. And it's like
I know,
the
but
most
they
money
always
he's ever
dance
made
around
ever.
it. Nobody ever just says like,
Pat
"I
Perez
shirt-
has
the
broken
money."
80, and he's got 100.
His shirt was insane. He wore literally a shirt that had just Benjamins all over it. He's like, I am the richest person alive. And he like looked around and just poured champagne on people. And like he's like, it's all about the money. Just pouring it on people's heads.
I would love to know if Pat Perez is even practicing right now.
Who cares?
I mean, he's
Like,
just shooting
he's got
80 and he's
millions
just
of
got $1 million
dollars.
checks
He's
at the
like-
end of every
Phil's
week.
doing the
The,
same thing.
It's just-
the Bubba thing, it goes against like the legacy argument, or like he's the one that really I think surprises a lot of people. Like when you guys were talking about like some guys really care about it. He's a 2-time Masters champion. Like if he's checking out in 3 years, I don't see why, if he cared about those types of legacies, why he would do that then. With like, I know it's a lot more money, but like that guy is a legacy guy. Like he legitimately balls his eyes out when he puts on the green jacket. It's one of the best moments ever. The lefty, the whole thing, never had a teacher growing up. He's like a legacy guy, especially at Augusta. So like taking that risk almost has to show you that like these guys know something that we don't. Like they might be allowed back at Augusta. Like why would Bubba ever risk that is my question.
DJ cried after his Masters. He's not a legacy guy.
Bubba is though, is what I'm saying.
I don't think he is.
I don't know if he is either.
You don't think that he's like a PGA Tour storyline guy, like for all of his generation of golf? You don't think Bubba Watson was a storyline guy?
I don't think he
on
is,
PGA
dude.
Tour?
I feel like you're mixing things up. Those like winning Masters doesn't make you a legacy guy, and storylines don't make you a legacy
Winning
guy.
two of them definitely does, and like as a lefty, and like his
No,
story.
I think it does in our eyes.
Yeah,
but it
for
doesn't
us.
make it in his eyes. For us, he's a legend. But for Bubba,
right, but
I
that's
think
like
he's
what a
from
legacy is. It's
Pensacola.
not.
No, but it's
You don't like
it's
become a
but
legend
he's
like
gotta-
in your own house. Like you become a legend to like the fans. Like he is a huge name on the PGA Tour. He's a
No,
guy that
yes.
like he like took a step forward in a generation of a bunch of really good golfers. Like that is a legacy type player on the PGA Tour. We can't act like it's not. He won 2 Masters.
No, but for us though, like we're talking about a Colin Morikawa who says, "I'm here to fucking beat everybody. I don't care about the money. I don't care about any of that shit. I want to be the next Tiger Woods of this generation." Just because you win tournaments doesn't mean you care like about the legacy. You just were good enough that week to win that tournament.
Yeah, I agree. I think the legacy thing is more in
Okay.
everybody else's eyes, not necessarily in Bubba's. Like it feels like 10 years ago he said he might retire before he turns the age of 40. Like I don't think
Yeah.
that he was that committed to building a legacy. I think that I also think that on the legacy front, I think that these guys are convinced or are being convinced that it's not a bad move. Right? I think that either the people around them or their team, who are
Yeah.
all making way more money as well when they make more money, right, are pretty much at this point being like, yeah, here's this example of this player. DJ didn't get that much pushback. Perez didn't get much negativity. It's blown over. You're totally good. And so I think they've got a lot of that convincing them as well. And they might not be wrong. Like I don't feel like Bubba's gotten roasted very much. He's kind of like just gone to live.
No, not at all.
And
I think
the
he's
big
done it
things.
perfectly, honestly, because he stayed out of it. Like I think if you go to live and you talk to no one and you just show up and you play and you get paid at the end, I think you do it
Well,
honestly perfectly.
Also, the guys that have done it the best way, I think, is when you go in a big group. Like after the playoffs, if 15 more guys go, no one's gonna really care about this 8th or 9th guy. It's when you're like the Phil Mickelson obviously was the worst, but like if Cam Smith and Victor Hovland and all these guys like go after the FedEx, it's gonna be hard to be like, all right, like who are we talking about tonight on CNN? And then like tomorrow we're gonna get Victor, and then the next day we're gonna get this guy. And the next, it's like, dude, at that point, it's like they already
It's like
went.
In driver's ed, they teach you to drive in a pack, like when you're on the highway. Like you don't ever want to be the lone wolf because the cop will see that and they'll be like, that guy can get that guy if he's going over the speed limit. If you drive in a pack, they're not going to get everybody. So everybody just move forward in a pack and you won't get picked out and you won't go.
That's exactly right. I think the whole golf world is interested to see what Augusta National does. Because at this point, they've got a couple green jackets in there, and it's starting to get real dicey if you don't allow those guys to like the Champions Dinner. It's going to be really, really interesting come April. I'm like, that's like my storyline I'm looking forward to, because fuck, if they just deny that it's an invitation, right? So they just don't have to send the invitation. That would be fucking
I heard,
wild if Bubba Watson's not.
Who knows
Masters.
if there's any validity to this, but the latest rumor I've heard around with Augusta is that they're considering allowing past champions to play and nobody else from LIV.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Who knows if that's true? Who knows if they...
So you're eliminating. So that's like, if you're a player, you're eliminating your chance to ever play in the Masters. But if you're a past winner, they're still honoring what you've done there. Like, that kind of makes sense to me. And that's a really tough pill to swallow if you go to LIV. You can't play in Augusta. That's really tough, because at some point it is all about the money, like, to all these guys that went. But at some point, like, we've made fucking ridiculous hypotheticals. Like, would you take $1 million or the chance to go play like 4 rounds at Augusta National tomorrow? Like, we've like entertained those ridiculous types of questions just to step foot on those grounds. And like, those guys, like, golf is the biggest thing in their world. Crazy to not be able to play in the Masters. It's like,
Yeah.
crazy. You're basically signing up for a team to like automatically never make the playoffs. Like, here's like $100 million and your team will never, ever, ever enter the playoffs. You can never play a really competitive, meaningful game in your life, but you're going to make like $100 million contract.
Right.
Like, some guys are going to be like, fuck, like, I need to play in the playoffs once. I need to try it.
No, that's...
The Masters will kill LIV. That sucks.
Yeah, and
for them, big time.
True, but also with the world rankings and how that's working out, like they wouldn't be able to get in anyways. It'd be like, I don't know who,
Right.
It's almost like because you're not going to be high enough on, because the Masters does have their criteria of top 50 and whatever it is. Like, if you're not top 50 in the world, you didn't finish top 10 in the FedEx Cup or whatever, because you clearly didn't even play. You didn't win a PGA Tour event the last year because you don't play in the PGA Tour. Then you like don't qualify anyway. So it's going to be fucking tricky. I think that these guys are, for now, signing up to not ever play on the PGA Tour again and to not play in the Masters and potentially the PGA Championship going forward. But I also think, they're going to file, it sounds like they're going to file, LIV's going to file a lawsuit this week against PGA Tour and against, official world golf ranking situation, that they're convinced. I think the LIV is convinced that their players are going to be able to play in the FedEx Cup playoffs, which, that's gotten so real, that belief, that Davis Love III just came out and said, I was just looking, like,
Right.
if the LIV golfers are allowed to play on the PGA Tour again, we're going to boycott the President's Cup. We're not going to play the President's Cup.
Right. To the point, he was like, and then if like we're forced that they're even allowed to play by the FTC in Washington, he just kind of made these like crazy kind of like claims at it. Was like, we're just not going to play the President's Cup. He said it was kind of one of the craziest press conferences of all time. It was.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
That's insane. Imagine how much the world would burn if a LIV guy won the FedEx and then just won all that money and then just goes back to LIV and just continues to win that money. Like, I don't know how the PGA Tour players accept that. Like, this guy's making all the dollars
He took all
available.
the money. Yeah, all the money available.
All the dollars we have available for the whole game, the whole sport, like the old Tom Morris sport, he just won it all. He won all the
Everybody
money.
else just has to live off sponsorship dollars. It's like you just can't win anything.
Up to this point, I've been a PGA Tour guy. Unlike Frankie, I'm not a LIV guy. But I would say if that happened, I'm rooting for that to happen more than anything. The chaos from that, buddy, golf would just elevate into the stratosphere. Everybody would have.
I'm a storyline guy. Told you.
Great.
I felt the same thing when COVID started. I told you guys this a long time ago. Like, that first week, you're like, wow, businesses are closing. You're like, holy shit, like, this is fucking different. This is a where were you moment. At this point, like, we haven't gotten to the point where, like, when COVID was like, holy shit, this is going to be 2 years. Like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened in our lifetime. People are like dying. This is insane. I haven't felt that with LIV yet. Like, it hasn't ruined golf for me yet. Like, I'm still at the point where things are really interesting. I haven't felt affected that it's ruined the game for me yet. So yeah, if there's a lawsuit and we start seeing like Roger Clemens type like if they're at like the Hill like arguing
Rafael
with judges
Palmeiro,
and shit, Rafael Palmeiro like fucking wagging their finger and like That's going to be fucking insane. Like, I mean, come on. We're going to be typing shit on the internet and we're going to be saying shit into microphones. That's going to be electric. Come on. That's nuts.
I think they're going to get there. I really honestly do. I think that, yeah, I mean, they're going to try to file and say that, like, what the tour is doing is illegal. It's against X, Y, and Z in a contract. And they're gonna file it in a district where they know the judge, know the situation, know and believe that they're gonna get it passed. That even if it's not for the long term, in the interim, I think they believe they can get a ruling that'll be like, yeah, okay, for the next month or two, you can't ban these guys, so they're gonna have to play. Guess what? They're gonna play in the FedEx Cup, and they're gonna be playing for all the PGA Tour's money. Whoo, would that be fucking anarchy out there? It would just be.
Give me like a C-SPAN like show of like Monahan and fucking Norman just on either sides. I mean, you're talking about the greatest. I mean, that's like watching like the OJ fucking like trials. It's like it's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be must watch. Every single part of those trials will be insane.
I think the LIV Tour is gonna win. I think they're gonna win out. Does anybody not?
Dude, I think the reason I
think they have a better argument. Like I think it's tough.
The reason I think you're probably right is because like the more I read into this, dude, like the LIV and who's backing it, money, they have so much money, dude, that it's completely irrelevant. Like completely irrelevant. It's not real. They have truly unlimited funds. And they're dealing with people, which is most people on earth, who will make a decision at the end of the day based upon money and how much money that you give them. So if they have unlimited money, they can pretty much get and do whatever they want. I mean, their build outs at these events, the fucking LIV thing at the Trump Bedminster, it was like a giant Trump rally mixed with like a rager, mixed with like a golf tournament. It was fucking crazy, the shit that I was watching. I mean, crazy. And they're doing that with zero revenue. They have no revenue coming in. I mean, they're like giving away tickets. They're paying people to buy tickets. It's fucking crazy what they're doing, and I don't see it stopping.
Yeah, I got a bunch of tweets. I got a bunch of tweets from people in New Jersey being like they like geotagged emails from people in New Jersey and just giving out free tickets, being like, "You're only 25 minutes away from the LIV golf event," and like sent like tickets to the rave and tickets to like the after party and just getting people in the door.
I mean, the imagery that's coming out too. It's like Pat Perez when he was on the private jet that was like, honestly, Air Force One. It's like everything you see from LIV is just monstrous. It's insanity. So, yeah, I also think like, yeah, why can't these players play on different tours? Like you can't like box them out. I feel like that's just LIV is gonna win that way. Maybe LIV if they want to do that, any 4-man team can enter any LIV event, but like I see this just like LIV winning and it just being another tour. I think they've forced themselves into the equation that they're just going to be
so
around.
I have a question for you guys. I don't know if you've ever like answered that. Is like, do you think that players are allowed to play on other tours aside from the morality part of it? Like, do you genuinely believe that like another tour is okay? Like the fact, if you take away the fact that you think they're bad guys for doing this, do you think their decision to go play on another tour is pretty like you accept of that?
Yeah. I mean, it's.
I mean, if someone goes and plays on the European tour, I don't care at all.
Yes.
Like, do you?
No. But so like the part of them actually wanting to go play on another tour is okay to you, right? Like, I mean, regardless of everything else, like
they've been doing it. Yeah,
money.
They've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the other side of it is like we've been doing this to other countries for forever. Like you come to the NBA because you're going to get paid more here. You come to the NHL because you're going to get paid more here. You come to the NBA because you're going to get paid more here. Now somebody has literally just swept the rug out and is like, LIV golf, if you go over there, you're not only going to get paid more, you're going to get paid like 10x, and that's just right over there. And I don't. It's really interesting. Obviously, I think what hurts them is there's no business model. So I don't know, to quote Davis Love, like Washington FTC, if they say like, hey, you don't have any viable business model, so this isn't like ethical or whatever legal jargon you want to put behind it. But yeah, I mean, it's just another place to play, and you're the best at what you do. Literally, you get to go play anywhere. If you're the best CEO in the world, you can go play. Like you get to get paid by. I don't know. So I think they're going to win out, and I think it's going to be a real like change. Like to Frankie, like remember when like the LIV tournament like just won out.
Yeah, like I don't know
Just
how
won.
far. Like I know nothing about the law and Washington, but like I don't know how far morality goes in a courtroom. You know, like that's not how they. I don't think that's how they do it. It's more about like can these, um, you know, individual contractors go and do whatever they want on whatever sort of tour or whatever it may be. I don't know how far, if morality even factors into a legal case. I have
Right.
no
I
idea.
guess my question would be if you're gonna ruin another business, because like they're gonna just sideswipe the PGA Tour, and then it's like they're just looking around, and now they're paying people. They're paying like college, you know, just graduated players. Like it becomes more of a junior tour. So I don't know if it comes in
Right.
more at all, because if you're gonna sideswipe and kind of ruin another business, does it come in more at all? It will be very interesting. It feels like a lawsuit is just underway and is about to take place over the next couple months.
Big time.
And
Big
so,
time.
yeah, it'll be like the OJ case in many ways, where you're just like that thing streaming 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I think it'll captivate everybody, just kind of like the Johnny Depp trials that just happened.
Yeah.
I mean, the playoffs are in what, like next week?
Yeah.
2 weeks? I mean, this is going to have to be decided very, very quickly.
Yeah.
I think the
coming up
lawsuit will
fast.
start, but then it will just be, I think.
Right. It's like when a baseball player gets suspended and you appeal the suspension and there's sort of that window. I'm guessing that's the window they're looking
Right.
for.
That's pretty much it.
Okay, but how does it? I mean, we all don't know the answer probably, but what's the answer for like if this is like being argued and they're finding this window, but a guy from LIV is actively winning all of the playoff events as they're like deliberating over this stuff. Like
That's the window.
Oh, the LIV is looking for the window.
Yes.
You're saying. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like okay.
Yeah, so I think
because I was gonna say like because at some point like if the PGA Tour was hoping to like do this after, it's like well one of the guys is gonna win while you're doing this, and then what are you gonna do? Take the money away from him?
Right now the ban is in place and there has been no legal action taken. But once you start a legal process, while that's going on, there's that window where it's like you can't ban these guys because it's currently being contested.
Right. So they are looking for a ruling from a judge that will say we're not upholding this ban legally right now while we go through this process. And LIV's belief, it seems like, is that during that process, they're just going to play. And the PGA Tour is not legally going to be able to tell them they can't. And if in a month or 2 months or 6 months, whenever that gets solved, it's ruled that they could uphold the ban. Well, it's too fucking late now. It's got the LIV guy already ruined the entire FedEx Cup playoffs. And so that's sort of
DJ ruined it. DJ ruined it.
That's sort of their hope. I think at the end of the day that I agree kind of with Lurch. I think they're going to have to coexist. I don't know how that's going to ultimately play out. One thing that I have to talk about that I hope plays out is our Myrtle Beach trip, boys. I'm getting a lot of messages right now about Caledonia and about True Blue, these two courses that we're going to play at Myrtle Beach. They're supposed to be fucking fantastic. Guy sent me a picture last night that I saw on Instagram or DM me somewhere. That was like the sunset on the 18th hole at Caledonia, I think, and it just looked like the most picturesque, sick golf experience I've ever seen. Folks out there listening should visit barstoolmyrtlebeach.com to get a free round of golf. That's right, a free round of golf. All you have to do is request a no obligation quote, and you will receive a free round on one of 21 different Myrtle Beach golf courses. Remember to check out the exclusive Barstool Brews Bucks package while you are there. Courses you can choose from include Grand Dunes with 5 holes along the Intracoastal Waterway, Pauly's Plantation, a Jack Nicklaus design with 6 holes that play along a tidal marsh. We'll be playing 3 courses you can book at barstoolmyrtlebeach.com, TBC Myrtle Beach, Pine Lakes Country Club, and Pauly's Plantation. If you are looking for great golf, great times, great value, it all starts with Myrtle Beach golf trips. Check out the Barstool Brews Bucks golf package, which includes 3 rounds from 21 sought-after courses and a $50 gift card to one of Myrtle Beach's best breweries, Grand Strand Brewing. Start planning your golf trip at barstoolmyrtlebeach.com and get a free round of golf while you're checking out the Barstool Brews Bucks package. Pumped for Myrtle Beach. We're going there next month, and it's going to be fucking fantastic. We're doing the whole travel series, the whole damn thing. We're going to see white beaches. We're going to have ourselves a good time. There's an alligator involved from everything that I'm understanding. So this is going to be a fucking wild trip when we go to Myrtle Beach. I'm pretty jacked up.
It's going to be amazing. I've got a couple things to talk about. Number one, August 26th in Toronto, day 2 of the Barstool Classic. we've got to get people to realize that we have 2 days of the Toronto Barstool Classic. The first day is sold out, and there's like a wait list. Second day is wide open. So why don't you go there? We're playing at Eagles Nest Golf Club. We're bringing the Barstool Classic to Canada. It's going to be an extremely fun time. We're having a party Thursday night. So I'm assuming it's Thursday and Friday, both rounds. Is that the 25th and 26th?
Yeah.
So Thursday, the 25th is sold out, but then the 26th Friday, there's still spots available. We're coming to Toronto. The whole crew's coming. It's going to be electric. I cannot wait to get up north. I love the idea of going into Toronto right before hockey season. I'm going to fucking rummage it up with all you Maple Leafs fans and all of you probably Detroit Red Wings fans, and it's going to be a fucking scene. I cannot wait. Like late August is right when I start to get a little nuts when it comes to my hockey season. Guys are starting to report to camp soon.
Oh, that's when it starts.
Interesting. I didn't know there was a starting point.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I say I like to rev it up. You know, right now I'm like idling at like 45 miles an hour. Yeah, no, I'm on.
Really, because I feel like I'm on that
45.
jet that Kiz and Riggs took every time I talk to you about hockey.
That's right.
Fuck. On the jet.
Speaking of hockey, I had a fucking hell of a day yesterday. Speaking of hockey. I played the bridge yesterday, and I played with JJ Redick, friend of the program. And then I also played with our superstar, number 13, Matt Barzell. It was hell of a time. And we played with JJ's friend John. It was just a hell of a time out there. This place is not real. It's you can't believe you're at it type of golf course. JJ Redick has maybe the best setup I've ever seen on earth. At one point, me and Barzell looked at each other and we're just like, this guy has figured out life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that he has done wrong in life. If he's playing the bridge and he's like living out here and then like also it's just like everything about JJ Redick, and the way he plays that golf course is insane. He just uses a 3-wood and it's like pierces through the fucking wind, and he kind of does like the Scotty Scheffler like squeaky legs thing where it's like, whoa, did he slip? But then it's like a draw right down the middle. It was me and Barzy versus JJ and his friend John. We got the doors blown off us. It was embarrassing. I mean, we never even came close. We were playing for like a decent chunk of change too. So like at one point I'm like asking the caddy to slow down so I could look at my wallet to make sure I had like enough. I'm like, whoa, like this is getting away from me quickly. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm looking around over my shoulder being like, this is getting bad fast.
You also, if I were you,
auto.
You got to be looking at the contracts of the group of guys. Yeah. Like you're pretty low on that totem pole too.
Real low. So I'm looking around being like, holy shit, like we're doing 2 down auto presses. I'm like, we're down 2 through 2. Like, what's happening right now? And then like on the back, we're down 2 again. Like, what's happening right now? Turns out we ended up grinding in this match. We were down. I mean, we lost like 5 and 4, but then on the back, fucking Matt Barzell grinded his dick off to make he made like a par on 16, par on 17, or bogey on 17. That was like it was like a 5-4 to win. And then on 18, he made an amazing birdie. So Barzy ended up making us some money back, which was huge. He ended up getting us to like win the press, and then we won the back. So all in all, it was a good day. That golf course at the bridge, it's an old racetrack, and like their logo is like all these like race cars, and like the golf sign, they changed it to golf, and it's like all over the place, and it's very, very cool. There's like things like canisters of gasoline everywhere, like next to tees, just like sitting down next to a tee, and then you have like the most pristine golf course you've ever seen in your entire life. It's the highest point on Long Island. So you're looking over the sound. You can see like all of Long Island from the top of this place. It's the clubhouse looks like Tony Stark's lair. It's crazy. It's a crazy place, but yeah, I just had to share that experience. Very, very cool place. A once in a lifetime experience for me. JJ Redick's the man. As we know, he was amazing on the show, and he's just doing good things.
Your hot streak didn't continue, Frankie?
We didn't hit the range wasn't open on Tuesdays, and when I found that out, I was distraught. Everyone here knows that I am a range player. I need to hit balls bad. I need to get the bad ones out, like you've never seen before. I am completely different when I don't hit the range. So took me a couple holes to get going. I ended up shooting like 88 or 87 or something like that. It was a really hard golf course. you hit the middle of the green and it zips off back towards your foot from like 120 yards out. I mean, some of these pictures I put up, the undulations and these false fronts are just, it's not like so crazy that it's not fun, because like if you just hit it in the right spots, it's a lot of fun. But like sometimes you're like hitting a 9-iron into a green from like 150 yards out, you hit the middle of the green, and then like 2 minutes later as you're walking up, the caddy's like, oh fuck, it's like slowly trickling off and it comes all the way back down around a bunker, and now you have like a chip over a bunker. Like, what just happened? Like, in what world do you hit this perfect approach shot to the middle of a green and now you have a 35-yard chip? Like, what just happened there?
I mean, the bridge is like,
it's a really hard golf
yeah,
course.
and it's like one of the nicest courses to even get on, right? I mean, like, isn't that the course that I'm thinking about that's elite, like impossible to get on?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we like tried to, Barzy was trying to drive in with me, and we tried, like, some guys like, where's your sticker? And we're like, what's, like, you needed like a sticker on your car just to drive down the road. We're like, we're just guests. We have no idea where to go. Like, I've never felt more guests. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it was, we had to like show like the vaccination status, and like, it was just like, this is like, it's a boys club. I think once you're there, it's the greatest like hang ever. The fucking clubhouse was insane. And like, I just think like they're just like, we don't like, it's the bridge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the response. Was like, it's the bridge. Like every time you ask someone, like, it's the bridge. But yeah, I think it's like 7 figures like to get in and stuff. It's like the most insane place.
It looks pretty sick. I gasped when I saw your like fucking Instagram star. I was like, he's at the bridge. Yeah. He's with JJ Redick.
Right.
With Barzell. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? It's nice. All right.
That was my first time being able to like spend time with Barzell. So I want to say that New York Islander fans, we have an amazing, amazing person at the helm of this team. This guy is a fucking gamer, and we are going to be in a good spot this year. He is hungry. Like, the Islanders are hungry this year. That's what I will say. They want to fucking. Well,
they didn't.
They want revenge.
Didn't eat last year,
like
so
a shitty season.
Yeah, they had a horrible year last year.
Yeah, but things happen. You know, they fucking like 14 games on the road and COVID and all that stuff. They feel good.
Win a lot of games. All right, so we've got
sucked last year.
Another thing, Tiger Woods did.
Rangers were
confirmed by Greg Norman that Tiger Woods turned down a $700 to $800 million offer. I think we already all knew that, but Greg Norman confirmed it. I saw it kind of going viral on Twitter yesterday. And then Luke Donald was named the 2023 European Ryder Cup captain. I have to say, I mean, Zach Johnson was great on the show, but I don't know that you could have two more boring Ryder Cup captains than fucking Zach Johnson against Luke Donald. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that you can do it.
Former number one in the world, Masters champ on the other side, one at the old course. This is just, it's too bad to see where this is headed already.
Luke Donald, huge Stoolie, friend of Dave Portnoy. We're happy to have him as the European Ryder Cup captain. I think that's, I mean, we want to crush him, but I think that's going to be good for the brand. The fact that we have a diehard Stoolie that is the captain of the Ryder Cup team. It's one of those oh shit moments that we've.
It is good to have Zach Johnson on the U.S. side. I agree. Hardcore Stoolie.
We've infiltrated sport. Like Barstool Sports has now infiltrated just all sport. Like the captain of the Ryder Cup team is like tweeting at Dave, being like, "One bite." It's like crazy.
Look, I agree. I like having friends in the program. I think it's great for us. I think it's amazing. I just think that for the average golf sports fan, I don't know. There's not a ton of electricity between those two.
All right. Well, if we're in that reality, people like the Ryder Cup. It's not, it's not dependent on like Steve Stricker wasn't lighting up the lamp either.
Steve Stricker just did the W. He's like, what's good? Like, oh, the W.
He's getting a little nasty though now that we put ZJ in the corner there.
You know what? Because I can feel it. And I said this on the last podcast. I can feel Luke Donald's stooliness starting to entice people on this podcast, and you just got to red, white, and blue. Riggs is ready to roll to the other side. He's ready to put those colors on again. I feel like we got to stick with USA. I know you guys hate Zach Johnson, despite him being a Masters champion, a winner at the old course. You guys just despise him enough to maybe put on the
other
colors.
It's like I just said the sky is green. That I said fucking Luke Donald and Zach Johnson are boring. I mean, they're just fucking boring. I don't.
They're super boring.
Come on. What?
I mean, if Luke Donald's a big stoolie, he's obviously got a good sense of humor. He knows he's not the most electric professional athlete in the world. Like, I mean, comparable to all the people that like sell tickets and have cool sponsorships and like put asses in the seats. I don't think Luke Donald has lived his life thinking he was like a madman that was like drawing people to the first tee at tournaments. He's just fucking Luke Donald. He enjoys watching pizza reviews and watching 4-man scrambles, and that's it.
Which I love. And I think that this opens up an opportunity
Nothing wrong with that.
get Luke Donald on the fucking show, see what he's all about. I imagine he's great. I know he's into wine, right? Didn't he have like his own wine company? I think he did that forever. He's a Chicago guy because he went to Northwestern, so I think he's a big Chicago guy. So he's got kind of that thing going, which is unique. So I'm not saying there's nothing to him. I'm sure we'll get him on the show. We'll learn a lot more about him. And yeah, I love that he's a Stoolie as well. But I think this one was pretty obvious. I think that like a week ago it leaked that Luke Donald was going to be the guy. He's had some big time Ryder Cup moments. I saw a shot they played. It was like the Ryder Cup account or whatever tweeted out yesterday. He hit some fucking 3-wood from the rough over water to like 8 feet. It's just fucking got me all jacked up for Ryder Cup in general. People going nuts. Feels like 10 years ago that there was the Ryder Cup. I don't know about you guys. Like when we were at Whistling Straits walking around with those crowds, that feels like 40 lifetimes ago. I can't believe that actually happened. And I can't believe that a year from now, basically, is going to be a Ryder Cup in Rome. It's going to be like, that's fucking nuts. That's going to happen in no time.
It's amazing.
So yeah, little Ryder Cup update. Biolyte. I got to talk about Biolyte. If it weren't for Biolyte, I wouldn't have survived Monday. I'll just be honest with you. I wouldn't have survived. I would have just died. It would have been the end of me. Not a bad way to go out. Been like Riggs, commissioner, just dies at Barstool Classic in Pittsburgh. Biolyte saved me. I had like 3 of those puppies just chugging them. Kids was chugging them. Tommy Wyatt, an absolute beauty. One of my favorite people on earth, was chugging them. Biolyte is IV in a bottle. It's physician-formulated recovery drink made with all natural ingredients that will help you feel better fast. It's only 45 calories, contains a third of the amount of sugar of typical kind of energy drinks, recovery drinks. It all comes from in 4 flavors: citrus, berry, tropical, and melon. They're big Barstool Classic sponsors. Put a few bottles in your cooler before your next tea time. You won't suffer the next day. They genuinely just fucking make you feel better. If you're hungover, you had too much of a night the night before. I know pretty much everybody out there that's listening that's going to play golf the next day. If the only thing you have to do the next day is play golf, you're probably getting after it the night before. And when you do play golf, you're probably getting after it when you play golf, having a couple drinks at least. So you're going to be a little dehydrated. Make sure you mix in some Biolyte. It's going to make you feel better. It's good for you. Biolyte is now available to purchase directly on the website. Go to drinkbiolyte.com/barstool. Use our code, which is foreplay, one word, FOREPLAY, for 10% off your first order. That's drinkbiolyte.com/barstool. Code foreplay, 10% off your first order. Biolyte makes you feel amazing, doesn't it, gentlemen?
Best.
It's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Refreshed.
Tastes good. It makes you feel good. It feels like you have an IV in a bottle, which is what it is. It's fucking amazing. I love that stuff.
That's great.
It's it feels like if you've like slipped on hydration, like sometimes like when you wake up, you're maybe hungover, you show up to the golf course and you're like, fuck, like it's gotten away from me. I didn't drink enough water this morning. I didn't drink enough water last night. And then you see that Biolyte sitting there at the Barstool Classic. You're like, yes, it's such a relief of being like, I'm gonna get what I need to get, because it's got everything in one bottle. That's how I feel, at least. It's like it's been such a like, oh, thank God that we have Biolyte, because I have to drink water for the next 9 hours if I didn't.
Fact.
Nothing worse than waking up with a headache too. So like, rip one the night before, make yourself feel better. When you step on the first tee and you're like, you want to play well, and you just have that pounding headache, you know that you're just not only battling the golf course, but also battling just the worst headache of all time. And Riggs, I actually give you a shout out, because when we left the GWC and then I saw that you were at Oakmont, I was like, that guy, that's a grind. That's a Biolyte grind right there. That's just about impossible to do that.
Dude, the biggest bender, probably biggest bender of my life. That was that. I mean, fucking Thursday night was at, well, fuck, it started Wednesday night. I mean, because we did the tournaments in Western Massachusetts, like we talked about. And so I went back to Boston because I had like 2 days in between. Boston, lived there for 10 years, got a bunch of buddies. So went out with a couple buddies Wednesday night in Southie, out till like 1 a.m. Thursday, played Granite Links, our old stopping grounds, Lurch, where we used to play a ton. Loved seeing
The
everybody
best.
up there. Everybody 10 years later is doing the same fucking thing. You see the same guys in there drinking the same beers. Our boy Bob Hanley's got a Coors Light in his hand. Timmy and Billy we played with. And then they want to go to the Sly Fox afterwards and have a couple of beers. So we're out till 1 a.m. And the next day we drive. We got this tournament starts. We started drinking at 8:30 in the morning on Friday and drank all day at the Golf Weekend Classic. Same exact thing Saturday. all night Saturday, woke up Sunday, 2-hour fucking drive from Western Mass to Logan, get on an airplane, get there so late that my bags don't make it, get to Oakmont. When I landed, fucking Tommy Wyatt and Kiz and all the boys pick us up in a shuttle. They've got beers flowing already. So the second I land, they're like, this is their trip of the year. They're all pumped up. So they got beers going. So then we start drinking, play Oakmont all day. Actually played damn well, even though the only thing that fucking got out was that 3-putt on 18 that cost us the match. And then we go to the casino. We're at the casino till 2 a.m. Get on a shuttle at 6 a.m., show up at the Barstool Classic. And at that point, I just had nothing. I had fucking nothing left. If it weren't for Biolyte, I literally think I would be dead. Thank God Kiz and the Wyndham Championship hooked up that little fighter jet that we were basically on. And I got to the hotel on Monday night. And I had text messages from Kiz that went unresponded to that got in my phone before 8 a.m. So I passed out sometime in the 7 o'clock hour. I got over 11 hours of sleep. I think I got 11 hours and 16 minutes of sleep. Didn't wake up once and popped up yesterday and was like, okay, I'm a human again. But yeah, that was the biggest bender I think I've ever been on. That was almost like a watershed moment of like, all right, we can't. I mean, this is not sustainable. And I haven't been home in fucking 2 months. So there's just a lot. There was a lot going on. And then you're trying to hit golf shots and you're playing fucking terrible. So Monday was, again, an outlier for me. If it weren't for Biolyte, I wouldn't have gotten through it. Nobody's crying for me. It's pretty good life. Got to play Oakmont Sunday and shot 78 with rentals. So everything's fine. All right. From the gallery, brought to you by Truly. We love Truly Hard Seltzer. I'm going to start with David. David's got a good one. He says, 6-foot deep pool of water. Who wins in a fight to the death, a polar bear or a great white shark?
Wait, in a pool?
6
The
foot
pool,
deep.
I gotta think it's the polar bear.
6 foot deep pool of water.
If it was like a
How big's
pond
a-
or a larger area, I would say shark. But in a small pool, I gotta think it's the polar bear.
How big is a great white?
They can
They're
be
like
huge.
15,
dude.
20
I think
feet
I'm
long.
picturing a great white like flopping around. Yeah, I'm picturing a great white like flopping around a 6-foot pool and a polar bear just like clawing it to death.
I think 6 feet.
Standing
Yeah,
over
great
it.
white is,
Right.
is simply it's too big.
6 feet, I think, is deep enough
Yeah,
for it to
I think
swim, though, where it
it's a
wouldn't
polar
just
bear, no
flop.
problem.
I think that top to bottom,
I don't
it's
know.
not
I'm
6
looking.
feet.
I'm looking at it right now. Great white shark, female, 15 to 21 feet, male, 11 to 13 feet.
But I wonder how big are they top to bottom? Like, would he just be lying there and he can't move, or if he can whip around, we might have a little bit of a battle on our hands.
That's a good
He's like,
question. What's their width?
yeah, if he's like 4 feet tall, I guess you would call it, then I think we got a shot. If he's fucking 5, 6 feet tall, he's not gonna have any. He can't even whip around. He's just gonna be on the floor. And if he's a great white shark on the floor, it doesn't do anything. Polar bear would just dust him.
Wow, not a lot of great white width information on the internet so far that I'm seeing. A lot of length information, but not a lot of width.
Yeah, like belly to like his spine. I wonder what that distance is, or that length is. I guess I would say.
It says females, which appear to be bigger than the males, is 6 to 8 feet in width.
Yeah, the shark can't even move. Then it's like we put it in prison. It's like
Exactly. That's why I'm saying the polar bear wins.
Yeah.
I'm Googling now, like height and weight, trying to get like those numbers down. Great whites are like substantially bigger. They're 4,000 to 5,000 pounds roughly. Polar bears are like 770 to 1,500. But when I typed in like weight of a great white shark, the other thing that popped up was a blue whale. Those things weigh between 290,000 pounds and 330,000 pounds. That's the most absurd statistic I've ever heard in my life.
Lurchy, have you ever seen the blue whale at the museum in I think it's New York?
No.
Oh my God. It's fucking awesome.
Goes on forever?
Yeah, it is. It is fucking fantastic. I'm going to try to send you guys this picture right now so you can look at it. It's like the American Museum of Natural History in like uptown New York, I think it is. And this fucking whale they've got there is
Goes on forever.
fucking hilarious how big it is, dude. It's just this huge room that it's in. And then I'm just going to text it to you guys right now. It's this huge room that it's in. And then there's just like humans walking around in it. I'm texting it to you guys right now. The blue whale. I've been in this room before. It's like it is. You can't.
Holy shit!
You can't fucking believe it when you're in there. It's fucking unbelievable. Whew, yep.
Yeah, like how does a living thing get that big,
Uh,
right? Like how the fuck is that a real thing?
Crushes like fish. You know, they
Oh,
eat
yeah.
like
It's like a cruise ship.
right. They eat like entire.
It's roughly 300,000 pounds. I mean, right. Schools of fish. You
They
eat the
eat
whole school.
entire schools of fish. Like when you have one fucking little salmon for dinner and you're stuffed, dude, they eat in one gulp. They eat like 150 of them, and they just do that all day. It's fucking crazy.
And that's like a snack.
Yeah.
That's like just like, yeah, no.
Like, did you see
talking
that
to your
video?
buddies, like, no, I just like that.
That close-up video,
Like a
that one
cracker.
that just jumped on that boat, and like at the very beginning of it, when
Yeah.
all the fish come out first, that's like they're just swimming around eating like thousands of those all day long. It's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah. It looks like you're like average, like maybe a little bit bigger size, like whaler boat too. You know, it doesn't look that big, and the fish comes scurrying to the surface. And then what's next? Just this monstrosity of a whale, just boom, right on the side. Oh, that's a great video.
I'm taking polar bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
Yeah.
taking polar bear.
Yep.
I think so too.
Same.
I think a polar bear is fucking vicious.
Yeah,
Me too.
I agree.
So I'm looking.
Just clawing at it, can use its teeth just like a fucking shark can. Like it's fucking gonna crush that shark.
Like people think about polar bears as a Coca-Cola commercial, but if you watch any nature documentary, you just see them covered in blood.
Yeah.
Their skin is matted down, or their fur is matted down, and it's red
Yep.
because they're just terrorizing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They are terrorizing like sea lions, though. I mean, a great white coming with a little bit of speed might be a tougher match for him. So, like, yeah, I'm trying to picture, like, how can that shark maneuver its way around? Can it just, like, grab at its ankles? Like, 6 feet of water is a lot, actually, right? Like I'm trying to picture a polar bear standing up in a 6-foot pool. Like, he's not
Polar
going to
bears are
have
big,
much...
man.
Yeah, but he's not like he's on the ice where he can like fucking move around. Like he's got to swim around. I actually think the shark might get him.
No, I think we've given, if we're doing it with the size of the pool, I think we've really put the shark at a disadvantage. A little bit bigger pool, and the shark is fucking that polar bear up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
You put it in like a lake
What
size
was the
thing.
width of the shark again?
6 feet at like a minimum.
So he really can't move.
Right. So it's like a fish in a barrel for the polar bear.
Right.
That's all. It's not nothing against the shark. It's just the shark is too big.
Yeah. 8-foot pool. We're taking shark
I'm going shark.
because then the polar bear's doggy swimming, and then it's just over. I mean, if you're causing the polar bear to doggy swim through an 8-foot pool, the shark's it's just a bigger human that the shark's just gonna go after and just like bite its legs.
I also think
you know what I mean. There's no
yeah.
the polar bear can do
I also
nothing.
think like if the shark knows he's in a fight, I think he wins for sure. But I also like the shark. Nothing ever comes after the great white shark. He's the cream of the crop. So it's like he's just usually just swimming around with there's no predators coming after him. So now if he might be thrown off a little
That's
bit, but if he knows
What comes after a polar bear though? Like nothing comes after a polar bear.
No, I agree, but the shark is in like
Not in his world.
But what I'm saying is like the shark, that's what I mean. He's kind of in the shark's world. So the shark is like, if I guess if the shark is strategic about it, I think he will win. But I think he's so like, no, I'm not. Like the polar bear goes into water trying to kill shit frequently. That's like swims around. The fucking shark doesn't like end up in a situation where there's something with feet that's trying to kill it. Like that's just never happened in his life. So he might be a little bit like, what the fuck are we doing here? And then it's over.
You're saying that the shark's a little cocky. He's a little complacent because he's the
I
cock
think
of the
so.
walk.
That's exactly. He's gonna be peacocking around there. Next thing you know, the polar bear's got him by the fucking gills, and it's over. Whereas I think if he goes in like they rang the bell and he knows it's go time, I think he's got a pretty good chance.
Oh.
Um,
Whoever gets that
Do
first
sharks
cut,
have
first cut's winning that thing.
Do sharks have cocks or no?
They must.
That's a good question.
No.
They have cocks?
I don't know,
I don't
dude.
know. Fuck, I don't know.
I
know
think
whales
they have
have
to,
dicks.
right?
Because like a whale's dick is a thing, right? It's
Dude,
like as big as a whale's
there's
dick.
this room in Boston where you walk in, and it's like a
Get fucked
men's
by a
only
shark?
club. What you say?
And you get fucked by a shark?
No, but a 6-foot whale cock hangs above the entryway. Where that's the first thing you see going in this room is just the biggest apparatus you've ever seen in your life.
Now, does it have the form of a male penile? Does it have like
I mean,
a
it's
shaft
so
with a mushroom
old, but
tip?
yeah, I
Like,
mean,
is it?
it's got a piston like setup. So I didn't look at it for very long. I didn't study it, but it's up there.
Oh, I would have been touching
Well,
it and petting
no,
it.
it's like in kind of a case. You know what I mean? You can't let that thing just sit in the open air. That's gonna.
Here you go. Similar to a penis, claspers are an external appendage found on male sharks, skates, and rays that are designed to deliver sperm inside of a female. However, they are dissimilar to a penis in that they are not an independent appendage. So it's like it actually says it's rather a deeply grooved word that I don't know how to pronounce, extension of the shark's pelvic fins. So it kind of has a dick.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. It's like a fin. It's got like a fin dick. Is that kind of what we would
Okay.
call that? Shark fin dick?
It's like, and there's actually a picture of it. It's just like a groove on the bottom of the shark.
Send us the
Okay.
picture in the group of that shark dick. I want to take a look
I'm
at
going
that
to talk
thing.
about Truly again real quick. Big thanks to
Let me get
big
my
thanks
eyes
to
on
Truly,
this.
trulyhardseltzer.com. Go check out where you can find some. They get over 30 flavors. All cans have 110 calories, under 110 calories, 1 gram of sugar, naturally gluten-free, which is nice. Truly hard seltzer, clean, crisp, refreshing hard seltzer with a hint of fruit. And again, they get over 30 flavors, so they got something for everybody. People love them at the Barstool Classic. They get hooked on them because they're that good, but in a good way. Go find Truly Hard Seltzer near you at trulyhardseltzer.com. We got any pictures of this
All right, I'm
shark
sending
fin
the
dick
shark
yet?
pic now.
While we're trying to
just put
find
in- I
that,
just
quick
put in-
update on blue whales. They're the size of 40 elephants. One blue whale the size of 40 elephants.
God,
I'm
dude.
now in love with blue whales.
I saw a blue whale.
Oh, so this is a double dick. Shark's got a double dick.
It's got like two
Sorta, yeah.
spears
Look at that thing.
almost.
It's like two swords.
How weird is nature, dude?
Oh,
So
Right?
weird.
Jesus.
Fuck. Just the way that it.
And they just know, like they just know to just like go to the female shark and just stick that thing in them, and then they just make more sharks. And
Right,
it's
like
just so
primal,
fucking
baby.
crazy.
males and females are like, I don't know if I like his personality, and the sharks
Yeah.
are just like, I gotta fuck something so we can survive.
But dude, I watched. It was like the fucking Netflix World show. It wasn't like a Discovery Channel one. It was on Netflix, or like the Blue World, Blue Planet. Maybe it was Disney Channel. I think it was the Disney Blue Planet, whatever. And there was this scene of a bird trying to mate with another bird, an exotic bird in the jungle. And it fucking did this dance, right? So like the fucking female bird would be sitting there being like, what's this guy about? And then the male bird did a full on elaborate dance. It fucking walked around like this. It put its fucking feathers up, and it went like crazy. And the bird like kind of looked away, like, I'm not into you. And then it's like, no, look what I'm about to do right now. And then it fucking put all its colors up, and it was like going wild, bro. You have to watch this video. The bird is dancing so insane that what I'm saying right now doesn't do it justice.
I do think, and I've seen that video, but I think like a part of the reason why birds have such elegant feathers is to attract mates, to like show them like, look how fucking dope I look.
And bro, one of the birds flew away, like, I ain't fucking you. And then the other bird's like, I kind of like that action. I like the way your hips are moving. And the bird at the end goes up on the fucking, and this is all happening on one branch in the middle of like the Amazon, which really blew my mind. The bird goes onto a branch and just kind of like hops, like the girl's here and the boy fucking is here, and he hops, goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then she looks at him and she's like, all right, and then he mounts her and just says like, and then she flies away. And that's it. That's the circle of life. Just a couple pumps and it's over, dude.
The animal kingdom is one big wedding reception dance floor, is what it comes down to.
You ever watch that fucking turtle come, dude? You ever watch that
Yeah,
turtle
it's amazing.
come, bro?
Of course, dude. We watched that turtle come a bunch of times.
Can we put the audio in of that turtle coming right now? Because it's the fucking best, man. He's fucking a shoe, and he's like, ah! It's so good. But it's just primal, man. It's primal. Like it's like this turtle's like, I need to release this stuff.
Primal, baby.
Yep.
It's crazy. It's just a crazy world we live in, and then the sun's gonna explode.
All right. Okay, boys, I gotta ready to gear up for a Pro-Am here. Wyndham Championship Pro-Am. People will kind of know how it went already at this point. I will say I think it's the same format, so it's like 5 people basically best net ball. So there's not an outrageous amount of pressure, but I do have a 3rd place finish that we posted at the 3M to kind of defend here or improve upon. So I want to go play well. So people need a reminder. Toronto day 2. BarstoolClassic.com. You can go register. We got open spots. We're all going to be up there. Trent breaking 90, I think 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight as you're listening. Our G4 shoes on store.barstoolsports.com. We got the cross trainers and we got the Gallivanters.
So good.
Class. We got plenty of pairs of those available as well. So if you want to get involved in different ways, there are many different avenues to do so. Other than that, we'll be back on Tuesday. Hopefully not on fucking Riverside.
No, we're never going to Riverside again. That's a promise to you guys. I swear I won't do it. And then the last thing I want to say is good luck, Riggs, at the Wyndham. That's a sick thing that you're doing. The third thing I want to say is Saturday night, New York City, Gramercy Theater, Pup Punk, our second show of this mini back-to-back week tour that we're doing. Tickets are still available. If you're in the New York City area and you listen to this show and you've got nothing relatively important going on Saturday and you're not coming to the show, you're dead to me. Like, delete the fucking app, delete everything about it. Don't ever watch us play golf again. If you're not coming to this fucking show and watching PFT shred the guitar and Roan rap your face off and also emo your fucking cock off, I'm telling you right now, it's the fucking funnest night ever. We're all going to be there. Trent Daddy's going to be jiggling his titties in the crowd.
Yep.
He's going to be going wild. We're going to be going tarps off for the boys. I'm going to be fucking slamming those drums, Dale. I'm going to be rocking the shit out of that place. Go to my social media. The tickets are going to be all over the place. I'm going to have links all over the spot. So let's go. It's Gramercy Theater. Green Day played there before. It's an iconic fucking theater in New York City, right in the heart of the Manhattan. We're playing there Saturday night. We go on at 8 o'clock. Let's fucking do this. Go buy tickets. I'll see you there.
Love it. Good luck, boys. We'll be back on Tuesday, not on Riverside. Hit it hard.
Hit it hard.
Hit it hard.